Oh, hi. Thanks for joining us right here on Gen X Coffee Talk, brought to you today by Hand Crank Windows in Old Cars. I bruised my knuckles so many times on those damn hand cranks. In 1995, I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to create and write a comic book. At that time, the comic industry was taking off and was sky high, so I got to create and write my own. It was a black and white book that came out under the Magic Comics banner called The Traveler's Pub. Now, what I thought I would do today is take you step by step through the process at that time in 1995 that we took to get our comic book printed. I started out, I created the idea for the comic book. It is actually the story of a pub that all the superheroes go to. So it can be comedic, it can be anything you want it to be. But I started out with what's called comic layout pages. Now, a little hard to see because they're in photo blue, so that when they get scanned or when they get copied at that time, the blue didn't show up. So whatever you put on there was just there. Now, I would take those, and because I was kind of particular about things, I would write down, hand write, exactly what every page and every panel needed to, what the action was and what the panels needed to look like, how the layout needed to go. Then I heard about Kevin, and we faxed him. Now, kids, that's an old way to email. You put a piece of paper in a machine, it goes through and it comes out the other end. But I faxed him at a comic book store that he frequented, asked him to draw something just to show that he could draw. And what I asked him to draw was the first page of the book. Actually, the Traveler's Pub is an old church. And I asked him, without ever meeting him, to draw the outside of this church, draw this page and what it needed to look like. I didn't know what an artist would do with that. Well, artists do their drawings on blue pages. You'll notice that blue pages are huge. This is so that when they get shrunk down, they look better, the colors all meld together, but these are the size of the blue pages. Here is the page that Kevin sent back to me. Pretty much done. This is all hand-drawn. All this brick is hand-drawn, the lettering, nothing computer on this, all hand-drawn. Well, this is the blue page of the very first cover for The Traveler's Pub. Cover number 1. Here's what it looked like when it came out as a book, and here is the hand-drawn blue page of what it was. This is all, you can feel the texture in this. He actually did cutouts of the logo of Stephen DeLongper here. A lot of this is cut out and then pasted on. You can see down here he used whiteout to create some splashes. If you look very closely, you can kind of actually see how the black isn't perfect. It's just down in there, and you can see the whiteout that's been used. Well, by the time that gets shrunk down in the printing process, as you can see, it comes out absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. And that is how, in 1995, we created The Traveler's Pub. Just fantastic stuff, and to this day, I thank Kevin Halter for doing this, because I still have all the originals of all the books, all the artwork, and it was only thanks to Joe Rakeup and Mark at Magic Comics that we were able to produce this beautiful comic. This one and number 2, and then later on number 3. So thank you, Mark and Joe, to this day. It was a great experience, and I just wanted to take you through a little bit of what it was like to create a comic book in 1995. So until next time, Prost. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee.